This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrump's optometrist since 1990, offering full spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. This segment of the news is brought to you by Silver State Health, bringing quality medical and psychiatric care to Pahrump. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Thanks for tuning in to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler, and today is Monday, October 12th. We're happy you're with us.
Well, this past Sunday, October 11th, at approximately 7:15 in the morning, the Inyo County Sheriff's Office was requested by Nye County to assist with a homicide. The suspect was 34-year-old Zachary Sawyer, who lives in Amargosa here in Nevada. He called the Nye County Sheriff's Office stating that he had shot a victim who is said to be his roommate and left him beside a car in the dry lake bed in Amargosa. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, Bureau of Land Management, Rangers, and Inyo County Sheriff's Office located the victim in Inyo County just west of Amargosa. It was determined that the crime occurred there in Inyo. Inyo County Sheriff's Office investigators and the evidence technician, as well as the District Attorney's Office and Coroner's Office, responded to the scene. Sawyer was arrested for first-degree murder and transported to the Inyo County Jail. Sawyer told Nye County Sheriff's Office dispatch that he had the weapon and he shot the victim, wrapped up the weapon, put it on his Purple Crown Victoria at an address on Bettles Road. The victim's identity is being withheld pending notification of next of kin. This is an open investigation, and anyone with information is encouraged to contact the Inyo County Sheriff's Office at 760-878-0383.
Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue is investigating the cause of a fire Sunday night that damaged part of a former commercial building on Highway 160. That building has been boarded up since being damaged by a fire just last year. Fire Chief Scott Lewis tells us more.
Last night we were dispatched a report of an unknown type fire. Within a few minutes of dispatch, we were notified that it was a structure. I received a direct telephone report indicating that it was a small accessory outbuilding to the rear of a building that had burned several years ago. Crews arrived on location. They determined that the fire was an outbuilding used as a well house. It was an immediate exposure, double-wide manufactured dwelling. Crews quickly controlled the fire with no extension to the exposure. It is suspect in nature. There was no power to the building, and it was an absence of other accidental ignition sources. During our scene size-up, we determined that the exposure dwelling had been previously boarded. Some of the boards were removed to ensure that the fire hadn't extended into the exposure. Our crews commenced a primary search in that building, found no occupants, no sign of extension of fire, and we cleared without incident.
If you have any information that might help fire investigators, you can call Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue at 775-727-5658.
And 2 people were hurt today when their pickup truck ran off the road and overturned near Homestead Road in 2 hands.
We dispatched just around noon hour for a motor vehicle accident. Was reported to be a 1-vehicle rollover. What made it a little unusual is that the reporting parties went to station number 3, reported the accident. The 3 crew notified the remainder of dispatch and an engine company from Station 1. They responded and found the accidents described. There was no entrapment. However, there's 2 persons that were transported to the local hospital.
1 person is transported to the hospital after a 3-car crash at the intersection of Highway 160 and Basin Avenue in Pahrump.
Saturday afternoon, we were dispatched to report of a 3-vehicle accident. Crews arrived to find no entrapment. However, they transported 1 to the local hospital, and also some debris removal resulting from the collision.
Nevada Highway Patrol is investigating the crash. A trooper told News 25 that the driver of the black truck will receive a citation. The driver of that vehicle reportedly hit a silver Acura sedan, causing a secondary collision with a Volkswagen sedan. The person inside the Acura was transported by Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Ground Ambulance to Desert View Hospital.
We've had some movement in a long investigated case, and a Pahrump woman has been arrested, and we'll have the details just after the break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by Southwest Medical, part of Optum Care, now offering same-day adult health care appointments. Call 775-727-6400 today.
Welcome back. Well, Gilead Sciences says it's ramping up to treat severely ill COVID patients. IBM plans to split into two separate companies next year, and discount retailer Big Lots reports a spike in revenue.
Topping our news, encouraging news about treating COVID-19 coming from Gilead Sciences. The CEO tells CNBC the drug maker should have sufficient global supply to treat severely ill patients by the end of October. Until now, there was not enough to go around at hospitals. According to the CEO, hospitalized patients given remdesivir are recovering 5 days faster. IBM plans to split into two publicly traded companies by the end of next year. Big Blue will focus one part of the company on managed infrastructure services that have been around for about 109 years, and the other on cloud services and artificial intelligence. Big news from Big Lots. The discount retailer reports its recent revenue totaled $1.2 billion. That exceeded analysts' expectations.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
A Pahrump woman who allegedly embezzled more than $100,000 over a period of several years from Nye County Juvenile Probation has been formally charged.
Nye County Sheriff's Office began investigating Melinda Hinrichs in October of 2019 after claims that an employee had been embezzling funds at the Juvenile Detention Center. Hinrichs was employed as an administrative assistant by Juvenile Probation and had allegedly admitted to stealing funds beginning in 2014. Detectives determined that an excess of $100,000 was missing. Hinrichs has been booked and released and has been cooperative with detectives throughout the investigation. District Attorney Chris Arabia says that Hinrichs is charged with embezzlement, a Category B felony, theft, a Category B felony, and fraudulent appropriation, a Category D felony. Arabia also stated that the Office of the District Attorney is taking this case very seriously. Hinrichs' preliminary hearing is set for February 10th, 2021.
Well, Nye County Financial Director Savannah Rucker delivered her report regarding the current and future financial condition of Nye County as related to the COVID-19 outbreak at the Board of County Commissioners meeting on October 6th.
Because a new stimulus package has not been approved at this time by the federal government, Rucker expressed concern about future federal unemployment that may be available as many major businesses, including airlines, are continuing to close or cut employees. Rucker said that while the economy is rebounding, there are still many in the service industry that are not back to work, as restaurants are operating at reduced capacity or not open at all. Nevada unemployment claims do still continue to drop. Rucker said that fiscal numbers for Nye County look good for 2021, but she still believes that the county should remain cautious and budget conservatively. Rucker reported that property taxes and consolidated taxes are in excess of what was expected for the first month of the year. Rucker reviewed revenue sources versus expenditures at this time.
We currently are projecting revenues of $42,716,515, and we are currently projecting expenditures of $42,795,158, which means that we have less revenues than we have expenditures as of this report of $78,642. That's better than we had budgeted, which is good. We're starting off on a good path forward. But like I said, I don't want to get too excited about where these numbers came in for the month of July.
Rucker said that while the county is not out of the weeds just yet, finances are on a good path forward. The commissioners commented that they appreciated Rucker's fiscally conservative report.
Before you know it, the holidays will be here. While a joyful time for most, it's also a tough time for many, especially parents that aren't able to provide their children with gifts. Gift giving could be difficult for many this year who have lost income or jobs. That is where the Salvation Army hopes to help. Soon, angel trees will be appearing around Nye County. We spoke to John Watt and Nicole McComas from the Salvation Army about how you can help.
Angel Tree is a program that Salvation Army has done for years. Families come in and sign up their young children, ages 12 on down, low-income families who have been recently laid off from the job, whatever. They sign their child up so that another individual in the community will then pick up the tag off of a tree in town, and there's multiple spots in town where the trees will be. and then they provide the gift or whatever, and they bring it to Salvation Army, and then the parent will get united with that gift on a specific date that we set. Sign up right now is going on. It ends on the 31st of October.
So far we have 4 businesses. We're still recruiting more. Right now is Little Caesars, the Game Corner Arcade, Pets Are Worth Saving, and Preferred RV.
Once you've chosen an angel from the tree, you can drop your gift off at the Salvation Army. If you're a parent that would like for your child to be a recipient of the angel tree, Nicole says,
you can sign up at the Salvation Army also, or you can call the Salvation Army. They are taking sign-ups over the phone. The phone number is 775-751-6171.
There is more information available at the Salvation Army about hosting an angel tree in your business and for families who would like their children to receive gifts from the angel tree. You can visit the Salvation Army or call Nicole at
775-764-7779.
When we come back, we'll tell you about today's Save a Pet.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, late this afternoon, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to the Best Western RV Resort off of Highway 160 for a reported structure fire. The female inside the home eventually was removed, and firefighters say that they checked for the fire, and in fact, this was a cooking fire that did not extend to any part of the actual structure. No injuries have been reported.
As long sunny days turn shorter and darker, some people begin to experience seasonal depression. But many of us are already feeling low-grade depression due to COVID-19 restrictions. Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Scott B. says for some, fall and winter are shaping up to be a real mental health struggle.
So if we're already feeling some helplessness, hopelessness, irritability, confinement, and we add the winter months to it, short daylight hours, limited exposure to daylight, those that are experiencing seasonal affective disorder are going to really be challenged.
Dr. B suggests taking action before winter arrives. He says committing to an exercise program is a great place to start because exercise, just about any type, has a positive impact on mood. It's also a good idea to plan and maintain social connections. Virtual interactions with family and friends or socially distanced outdoor activities can be helpful. Keeping busy with a structured schedule is beneficial too.
We know a good biological treatment for depression is called activity scheduling. It doesn't have a lot of appeal for people on the surface, but if you can schedule your days in blocks of time with meaningful, purposeful, recreational, interpersonal connecting sorts of activities, commit yourself to those activities, that gets you out of your mind where a lot of the misery occurs into your real life. And we know that that changes what our brain does biologically.
Dr. B says people who struggle with seasonal affective disorder may also want to consider buying a therapy light that shines at 10,000 lux. He says sitting in front of a therapy light for 30 minutes each day is an additional measure for fighting seasonal depression.
Thanks so much to Brad Francis for that report. Well, if you're thinking about adopting a dog, Desert Haven Animal Society has lots of great pets available waiting for you. Today, we introduce you to Bruno.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we're joined with Bruno. Bruno is a 2-year-old pit bull mix. He's really interesting looking. He's quite small. I would call him a schmedium. He has brown and then a little black snout and a little bit of black on his back. He's super sweet. He likes to play and run around. He's very friendly. He's obviously potty trained. He doesn't go in the house. So he was a stray, and the owner was notified that he was here, but no one ever came to get him. So he's looking for his forever home now. He's super sweet little guy. If you want to come and see Bruno or any of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, give them a call ahead of time to make an appointment, 775-751-7020, or you can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. I have to give him his ball now. You want it? Go get it. He doesn't give it back. Just so everyone knows that Desert Haven Animal Society is offering 50% off adoption fees for the next 2 weeks. So if you happen to miss the Maddie's Pet Project where there was free adoption fees, they have a new special that is 50% off all animals and their adoption fees. A lot of the animals are actually coming off of stray hold this Saturday, so there's going to be a ton of new pets available for adoption.
The Calvary Chapel, located off Pahrump Valley, located at 1051 East Mickey Street, is having a huge food distribution. They're giving away 1,200 boxes of food to those in need. This event is happening at 10 a.m. each day on October 15th, 22nd, and 29th.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler from Channel 25 News. We're on location here at the Walmart here at Highway 160. Saturday from 9 to 1, Food for Thought and the VFW Food Bank are going to be benefiting from a food drive that are happening right here. KPVM and Quality Signs going to be sitting out under the big blue tarp and collecting those donations Saturday from 9 to 1. Looking forward to seeing you out here, helping some veterans, helping some kids. And that's how we do in Pahrump. All right. We'll see you Saturday, and we'll tell you about the weather you can expect then and all throughout the rest of the week when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. So nice to see you this evening. You want to hear about the weather? I'm going to tell you about it. Up at Fernley, 79 degrees was the high today. 43 for a low. Out in Fallon, it was 79 also for a high. 40 degrees for a low. That's quite a bit cooler, isn't it? Now, Carson City, you were feeling good at 81 degrees. 39 for a low will be tonight. Tonopah, you're all the way up to 77 and 39 for a low. Out in Goldfield, a little bit warmer, 80 degrees. 39 for a low, 88 out in Beatty with 50 for a low, starting to sweat in Amargosa at 91, or should I say perspire. You're spritzing. Look at that, 91. 54 for a low tonight in Las Vegas. Big winners, 91 degrees. Big losers, cool dice at 61 tonight. Death Valley all the way to 100 degrees today. How about that? Not too bad. You're up in the triple digits again. We haven't seen that in a couple days. You're getting a break. 67 for a low. And here in Pahrump, let's take a look at the local temperature, shall we? It's 88 degrees, just a little bit cooler than our high today of 89. Winds out of the west-southwest at 5 miles per hour. Beautiful clear skies today. Good air. Didn't see a lot of smoke. It was a nice morning when the sun rose at 6:49 a.m. A little bit of humidity, 12%. Wasn't too bad. And it's going to come back a little bit more tonight, 18% humidity when the sun sets at 6:11 p.m. tonight. A gain of about 4 more minutes of night. Low tonight about 58 degrees and the winds out of the east to 5 miles per hour. Let's take a look at it as we head on in through the week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and what's the big story? Looks like it's cooling off just a little bit. Highs tomorrow of 92, and that'll be dipping about 6 degrees as we head on through the week. Looks like next Monday they're thinking like 86 degrees. Lows reliably in the mid-50s, and the wind changing directions, mostly out of north. Should be pretty sweet smelling air, 7-8 miles an hour. Not those kites aren't going to get too far up in the air today, are they? But I don't know. We'll look for kite flying weather another day. That's your report from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. I'm John Kohler. Good night.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. But before we go, we want to let everybody know that we are once again having that wonderful trunk or treat there at the Betty Loop. We're looking for volunteers. We're looking for people who want to participate and give out candy. So if you would like to volunteer and help us out, or if you would like to participate and either be there with your cars and your trunks, or if you even want to just sponsor and buy some candy, give us a call, 775-727-9400, or you can even email qualitysignsnv@gmail.com. Or no, sales at qualitysignsnv.com. Boy, I messed that up. Darby's going to kill me. I don't know her email address. There you go. Sorry,
it's going to be a fun night for the kids.
Sales at qualitysignsnv.com. See, I should have her email address memorized by now. But yeah, it's going to be a fun night. And we are doing that right there at the Betty Loop, which is just north of the Home Depot right there from 5 to 8 p.m. And so it's going to be lots of fun. Everybody should come on by.
Cars safely spaced, gloves, masks, all that.
We have the help. Okay. We have the help of the Nye County Sheriff's Office Auxiliary is going to help separate everybody so they can still be in their costume and walk around and have a good time. All right. Well, we'll see you here tomorrow night. I'm Deanna.
I'm Missy. Thanks for watching.
Good night.